Great question. Because I'm not talking here about the things I'm going to give you necessarily as criticism, because some of these it's too late. If your composition is, let's use the word reckless, I might suggest something different. It would be very likely that you might get a comment from me that I really like this photograph, but what's going on in the bottom left corner? What's that all about? And I won't say I don't like it, because if you have, again, let's go back to my rule, intention is what matters. And if you wanted that thing in the bottom corner, and you come, because we're going to have conversations, you'll see. If you email me back and say, no, I wanted that there, I'm going to email you back and say, okay, what's it doing there? What? And you tell me, and I'm going to say, okay, I didn't get that, and here's why. And now you either have to include more of it, or say, I made a mistake, and include less of it. That might be one of the conversations we're going to have. I might say, I don't think you've done a good job cropping this. There's a lot of it about this photo that I like, but I can see it cropped differently for more impact, and I might suggest something. I might say the exposure's too dark. The exposure's too light. You know, just purely technical stuff might come into play. I might suggest that the subject's not as interesting as you think it is. I know that's going to be hard to hear, but I'll say it. I will. I mean, you can have a great photograph, but if the subject's not as interesting as you think it is, it's a great photograph technically, but it doesn't do anything for me. And that's the downfall of many a potentially great photograph. And let me say this. If you come to my house and you walk into my office, there's a wall of photographs hanging there. Every one of them technically is what I want it to be. It's composed well, it's got nice balance, it's got the right lens choice, they have interesting light. You may not like the subject of all of them though, because they're all my family. And I like them because it's my house. But if I went to submit some of those to a photo competition, there's maybe two that I would even dream of submitting, because the other ones are only good because I love the people in those photographs.
That's right.
And so a photograph can be great for me, and it can be my favorite photograph. But probably the 5 photographs of mine that are my absolute favorites, I don't think that translates to the rest of the world. And it's because they're a person I know or a place that's meaningful to me. And then I have other photographs that are a place I was at once that I have no connection to it at all, but it makes a great photograph that people can get right at. They can access it. So that's one of the conversations we may have. I'm trying to think of what else. You'll know it when you hear it from me.